Overwatch 2 Anniversary 2023. We're celebrating the first year of Overwatch 2. I can't believe it's been a year.
Emongg blank.
Come and play return and event game modes, including Battle for Olympus, Katamari, Star Watch, and Mischief and Magic. You'll also be able to take part in new challenges that reward Overwatch credits, which can be spent on returning the legendary skins from the in-game shop. Join the celebration when it begins on September 19th. Oh. So that's in 2 weeks, but it's a part of the patch. New game mode, Hero Mastery. I'm excited to try this. Hero Mastery is a new single-player game mode that allows players to test their skills with individual heroes on custom courses. Push your expertise to the limit for the high scores and dominate the leaderboards. Are you up to the challenge? Each hero can be played on 3 unique courses of increasing difficulty. Flex your skills and unlock up to 5 stars on each course. Hero Mastery courses are scored on various factors, including time, elimination, heals, and escorts. Wait, you just push the cart? Each hero has individual stats that are tracked as well, plus collect all the mastery emblems to show off your prowess. Hero Mastery is launching with a limited time event that includes exclusive rewards. Courses for Tracer, Reinhardt, and Mercy are now available, along with courses for Sojourn, Winston, and more premiering in the weeks ahead. So right now it's Reinhardt, Tracer, and Mercy. General updates. Ping system updates. Owned entities such as Torb's Turret, Symmetra's Teleporter, or Ayari's Healing Pylon now have a lower priority as ping targets than enemy hero. That's good. That's good because, like, you'll just accidentally ping those all the time. All right, hero updates. I see Erisa, but Junker Queen first. Junker Queen. Impact damage increased from 50 to 65 on Jagged Blade. So what that does is that's gonna, when you hit them with the damage, it's gonna do more damage. This change rewards throwing accuracy with the Jagged Blade without directly affecting Junker Queen's self-healing, which is good. I like that. Just does more damage. You hit your knife as Junker Queen, you do more damage. That's basically what they're doing now. But why? Because they didn't want to buff the healing. They wanted to buff the damage. Yes, this patch is out now. So Junker Queen got a buff. Okay, Arisa. Now, is this going to be a buff or a nerf? Arisa! Fortify. Cooldown begins when the ability is activated instead of when it ends. Cooldown increased from 12 to 16.5 seconds. Overhealth bonus decreased from 125 to 100. It's a nerf. I'm just curious now because... But, like, okay, here's my question. When you pop Fortify right now, how long does Fortify last for? 4.5 seconds, right? How long does it last for? 4.5? So the moment, does that change 5 seconds? So they made the cooldown 16.5, but on live, when you use Fortify, it wouldn't activate until it ended. So then it would put it on the cooldown. Oh, read the dev comment? Okay. The Fortify cooldown has been adjusted so that the effective uptime remains the same. Oh, so they didn't really change that. Oh. However, Arisa is no longer incentivized to cancel the ability early to begin the cooldown immediately, which makes the interval between uses consistent and more susceptible to counterplay. So, essentially, Arisa just, basically this nerf outside of, and I do that sometimes, by the way. I'll use gold and hit the button again. But essentially what the nerf has done is made it so your overhealth is 25 less. I'm gonna be honest with you, like, I feel like Arisa still might be good. Keep in mind, I'm not gonna, like, I don't, it's definitely a nerf. It's definitely a nerf, like, don't get me wrong, but I think Arisa might still be good, but I'll kind of see how the patch plays out. Zarya! Wait a second. Wait a second here. Projected barrier. Health increased from 200 to 225. Cooldown decreased from 10 to 8 seconds. And size increased 15%. Okay, Zarya's buffed. Alright, Zarya's buffed. Alright, Zarya's buffed. So, hear me out. I'm going to talk about this very quickly. One, the health increase, to give you an idea, the health increase is good. This gives Zarya more tankiness. The cooldown's 8 seconds, which means that we're back to, like, the really good rotation of where it feels like you have 3 bubbles. And the size increase means you're more likely going to get charge. What I mean by that is the bubble size is larger, which means more likely someone's going to hit your bubble, which gives you more energy. For allies. Protected barrier, right? It's for allies, right? Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Projected barrier. Okay, so listen. It gets so confusing to me now with the different bubbles. Because they both do the same thing, but still, let's talk about this for a second. I just bubble my DPS now or my supports, and then I'll still get full health charge, and then it has more HP. So it protects my allies more. So it's just good for, like, buffing your teammates even more. Now that I understand it. So Zarya often spends both barrier charges on herself, as it usually is more consistent for building energy. The change to projected barrier incentivizes using the barrier for her allies more often. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I like that change because now you can just bubble your teammates on a rotation early on with, like a shorter cooldown. And then, I kind of like it. Now I see why they didn't over-nerf Arisa. I'm also going to be biased when it comes to this change because I get to play more Zarya than Arisa. You know what I mean? So I'm going to be honest with you. I know that Zarya is one of those heroes, though, that, like, in all ranks can feel frustrating at times because, like, in top 500, you have this balance of where you shoot the bubble, right? Like, because you have to, because Zarya's, if you don't shoot their bubble, will just run at you and roll you. But in other ranks, and we'll continue with the patch notes in a second here, in other ranks, like, it's okay not to shoot the bubble as much because there isn't going to be as much follow-up, and then Zarya gets charged. It's just like, I'm curious to see what the reaction to the Zarya changes are because we already had a really dominant Zarya meta before, and we also had a really dominant Arisa meta, and we kind of saw what the reactions were to both, so. Ashe. Reload time decreased from 0.25 to 2.2 seconds. Okay, that's a buff. I mean, I think the most frustrating thing about playing Ashe is how much you sit there and reload, right? Like, somebody be like, hey, can you follow up on the damage I'm doing? You're like, yeah, just give me 1 second here. I'm reloaded. You're like, no, I need you to follow up on the damage. Okay, I'll follow up on the damage. I shot once because I was reloading all 12 of the bullets or however. So now this is good. Playing against Ashe might be interesting, but, like, I like the change. I feel like Ashe's reload takes forever, so I'm okay with that. Ashe has the longest total reload time of all heroes to balance out the advantage of being able to shoot after a partial reload. Yep. However, we are shortening it slightly to make the full reload from empty less punishing. I think Arisa players. Ashe players are going to be happy about that. Bastion! A36 tactical grenade. Impact damage decreased from 30 to 15. Good change. That nade was way too powerful. I like that change. Configuration artillery. Can no longer deal critical hits. Wait, that had critical hits? Wait, the ult could crit? I didn't even know that. I was like, all right. I didn't know that was a thing. I'm gonna be honest with you. It wasn't like I was, like, testing that, though, you know? All right. The A36 tactical grenade is now more reliable after having its projectile size increased recently, so it doesn't need to be quite as damaging. I agree. The change to configuration artillery is a bug fix from what was intended for the ultimate, and will monitor to see how this impacts Bastion's performance. All right. I mean, you want my hot take here, chat? I think I think Zarya Bastion might be really strong in ranked. I don't know about in, like, contenders or, like, in matches, etc. But I think in games right now, I think Zarya Bastion is going to be so strong because turret form is still so good. And now when you bubble Bastion, Bastion has a 225 shield on an 8-second cooldown. So, like, I feel like Zarya Bastion might be played more, but we'll see. We'll see. You said Bastion was not OP? All right, Bastion's pretty good. Bastion's pretty good. Bastion's really strong. The problem with Bastion is turret form is really strong. Outside of turret form is a little bit different. And then the grenade was really strong, so turret form Bastion is going to be really good. All right, Mei. All right, the endothermic blaster damage increased from 65 to 70. Duration before slow falls off between primary fire hits, increase from 0.5 to 0.6. And the deep chill bonus damage can now also be triggered with Mei's quick melee. Okay, believe it or not, I actually like the deep chill change. Mainly because it felt like when you played Mei, it was really hard to follow up on the deep chill. But now, like, you can just melee to kind of guarantee that. I kind of like that for Mei. Just to talk about that, like, I actually do like that for Mei. Mainly because it felt like it was really hard to follow up on. I'm not, trust me, chat. First of all, just to point this out, by the way, I play tank, right? So when I see Mei buffs, I'm not normally going to be like, woo, let's go! Mei buffs, that's what I love to see, right? But I think from, like, just they call that quality of life changes and making something feel a little bit more, I don't know if intuitive is the correct way to point it out or phrase it, but I feel like it's a good change for at least allowing that to be more of a follow-up. On the deep chill. Now, if I see, fluid. Yeah, something like that. But now that I see the damage increase, etc., obviously, hopefully it doesn't make Mei a must pick. I don't think it will, but I do like the deep chill change. I just think that's a little bit better. It feels better when you're playing, like, when you're doing that. Developer comments, Mei is still underperforming after her last set of changes, so we are increasing the effectiveness of primary fire and improving the quality of life to deep chill. My biggest concern is the damage per second. I hope that we eventually don't get to the point where Mei has exactly the DPS that she had before, which made Mei really tough to play against. This is one of those we have to wait and see. I don't think it will make Mei over the top like OP, but I think it will make Mei a little bit better. Support! Support passive. Duration until support passive activates increase from 1.5 to 2 seconds. Okay, I'm gonna explain why. Okay? I'm gonna read the developer comment because I'm probably gonna say the same thing with this. I'll explain why in a second. Support heroes have received individual improvements to their survivability and are quite strong overall. So we're reducing the impact of the role-wide passive. Basically, the reason why they're doing that is because they've constantly buffed supports. Supports have gotten a lot of buffs since Season 1. So they're just trying to... What they're trying to do is make it so the support passive is just a little bit worse because a lot of the other supports have gotten buffed a ton. Like, supports are very, very good right now. So they're trying to make it so there's a little bit more of that timing. I think it will be a little bit frustrating as a support initially with, like, the 1.5 to 2 seconds. I think supports individually are still good right now, though. So, like, I think it will be fine. I think it will be fine. Like, I don't think, like, it's kind of a wait and see on this one. I think if it ends up being, like, terrible for supports, they'll just change it into Season 7. But I am curious to see. But that's why. That's literally why they did it. Basically, to summarize why they made this change, just to summarize this, supports got buffed a ton since Season 1, since supports weren't that strong since Season 1. They're on Season 6 now. They feel like they buffed supports a ton, that they want to adjust the passive now to compensate for, like, the essential power creep that's happened with that. Basically, to explain it. All right. BAP. Regenerative Burst increased. Instant healing decreased from 50 to 40. Heal over time decreased from 50 over 5 seconds to 40 over 4 seconds. Yeah, good change. Makes sense. No, it makes sense. BAP's really good. BAP's really good. I'm telling you right now, BAP is really good. You said BAP is not being played anymore. I think BAP will still be played. I think BAP will still be played. I really do. BAP will still do good damage. BAP still has good right-click heals. BAP still has window. BAP still has the burst heal. I'm not saying that it's on a nerf. It is a nerf. But I think BAP will still be pretty good. I don't think this puts BAP into, like, D tier. BAP's going to be terrible. I think BAP will be good. I think BAP will be good. That's my take. Keep in mind, chat, this is the burst heal ability. They're not changing, like, your right-click heals on the ground. All right, Kiriko. Protection Suzu. Now passes through enemy heroes. Makes sense. It makes sense because it doesn't knock back anymore. I kind of like that. If it knocked back, it wouldn't make any sense. It doesn't knock back anymore, so they're just making it a little bit better. Now, playing against it might be tough, but it's a good change. I think it just makes it so... It's just a good change. I don't know. Developer comment, the Protection Suzu no longer knocks back enemy heroes, so the projectile doesn't need to impact them either. This quality of life change prevents accidental activations when thrown into groups with both enemies and allies. Yeah, I think that's fine. I think it's a good change. To give you an idea, chat, like, changes like these, you might look at that and go, what the heck? For anybody new to Overwatch 2, just to give you an idea, did you know that for a long time in Overwatch 1, if your teammates were full HP, you couldn't shoot through your teammates? You would just end up, like, healing your teammate the whole time? And eventually they had to make a change because everybody kept walking in front of Ana's heals. So everybody would walk in front of Ana's heals the whole time? So they like it wasn't ideal. So for a lot of players, there was pre-healing, yes, but they changed it and it ended up being. It seems like it might have been a little bit overall. A lot of players did pre-heal though, where you kind of like were able to do that. But all right, Protection Suzu, I think that's a fine change. So those are the balance changes. Just to summarize very quickly before we go to the bug fixes, I want to see one thing. Queen buff, I'm not going to complain. Queen's fun. Arisa's still going to be good in my opinion. I mean, it's 25 HP difference. Zarya Bastion's going to be really strong in my opinion. Ashe reload. Ashe players will like that. Mei, that's a wait and see. Support passive, I think supports will still be fine. Granted, it will be frustrating taking chip damage and have to wait that extra half a second. Like, in Overwatch time, a half a second takes quite a bit, so... well, it's a half a second, but you know what I mean. So we'll see. Anything here, bug fix-wise, that I see that I'm like, oh, that's something that has needed to be fixed? Just a lot of, like small bug fixes here. Map-wise, they just fixed areas in the map you get stuck on. That actually does happen. I've had that before. Lighten co-op stuff. Wait, that was a bug? Resolve the bug that prevented the damage increase from Zenyatta's Discord from being correctly applied while Ramatra was blocking? So wait, Zenyatta's Discord wasn't even working against that? That was a thing? Fix the bug allowing friendly EMPs to destroy a pedal platform? That's great. Yeah, so Arisa got nerfed. But Arisa got nerfed 25 HP on that. So I'm going to go to the game now. Give me a second to load up the game, and we'll look at some of these changes in-game now, okay? You said we need a Doom buff? Doom's in a unique spot where, hear me out on this, and this could be a very much a hot take. I think Doom is more bug fixes away than buffs. Does that make sense? I actually believe it's not buffs that Doom needs, it's the bug fixes. Because right now, Doom is so... And this is... Only reason why I can... Oh, I like this background screen. Only reason why I have a little bit of like a take on that is because I've noticed that when I'm playing Doom, there's a lot of inconsistencies. Right? There's a lot of inconsistencies. I will not do damage. Something won't work. I think if a lot of those get fixed, I think that will make Doom good. Right? Like really good. I think Doom, and the reason why people actually were talking about it, like why I have Doomfist on the tier list. Keep in mind that when I'm playing in a lot of the top 500 games, I'm playing against like unreal Doomfist, like insanely good Doomfist. So my take on that's a little bit different than like other ranks. But I know that if all the bugs get fixed, I'm not doing anything against those Dooms because I realize there's a lot of inconsistencies. That is a lot better. Holy crap. Look at the Ashe reload now, chat. That is a lot better. See? Yep. That's really good. That is really good. Oh, wait a second. What about, wait. What about after an limp? You ready? Yeah, that's really good. Remember, you got the DPS passive. So watch, like. Here, I'll. Okay, ready? Here we go. Now watch the reload. Okay, that's pretty good. I'm gonna be honest with you, that's pretty good. That's if you get the elim, obviously. Like, even without the elim, that is good. That is really good. So yeah, you can reload pretty fast as Ashe. For anybody wondering how the Arisa changes now, it's 500 HP now, so you get like an extra 100 HP. And the cooldown already starts. So it's basically what it was before, just if you cancel your cooldown now, it's on a longer cooldown. Well, it's not 500 HP, sorry. This is open queue. You have more HP than that. Sorry, this is open queue. What else do we have? I'm just looking at a couple other things. This is good just for impact damage. Oh yeah, Zarya. Okay, so if I understand this correctly, Self Bubble is a longer cooldown. Wait. Yeah. So that's what.
Bring me energy.
Look at that bubble! Look at the bubble, chat! You're getting energy! Yo, there's no way you're not getting energy now. Look at the bubble! It's huge!
Go, my friend.
It goes under the map!
Fire in place.
Wait, oh, it's a shorter cooldown for, like, personal bubble, too, yeah. Yeah, so it's actually really good.
Do your worst. Doesn't even hurt.
That's cool. I think Zarya Bastion's gonna be really strong, chat. I'm gonna be honest with you right now. I think Zarya Bastion is looking like I think Zarya Bastion's gonna be really strong. Alright, what else? What other things I want to look at very quickly? Map we already know of. It's really hard to like showcase that. May? Oh yeah. This is what I was talking about. This is what the May change does. You ready?
They need our help.
Watch. Okay, now see when that activates? You can melee now, and it does that burst damage. So let me show you on like Roadhog. Before you had to shoot, which made it really difficult because you couldn't follow up sometimes. So you see when you do that? Now when you melee, it activates the damage. See? So you can melee it if you need to, rather than right click. See?
That's what you
listen, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'm a tank player. Playing against May, obviously, is not the most enjoyable, but I will say though, I think it is fair to give May that option with that ability, because it feels like it was just really frustrating, like, maybe you didn't have enough ammo, maybe you had to reload, maybe you couldn't follow up, like, it allows at least a little bit, it makes that play a little bit better, right? Like, as much as I, you know, I think May probably needed that, even though, obviously, I play tank and... You know what I mean? Like, as much as playing against May can be frustrating, I feel like May needed that. Anything else, chat? I might have forgot about. I guess I could showcase this now.
I'll find my own path.
Like, that's an enemy. There goes the Suzu. See? Goes right through. Yeah, the Jerk Queen one just does extra damage. I think that's about it. The Bat Burst Heal, I mean, I can... It's still good. Like, here, let me take a little bit of damage. Like, let me show you. Like, and obviously support passive, but, like, look at... Like... Okay, I'm gonna go below 100 HP. Now, you ready? Watch.
Everyone feeling better?
It's still good. It's not that bad. Like, it's not... Like, obviously the support passive might have kicked in there for a second. Like, it's not bad. It's fine. Like... I'm telling you. BAP is still, like, look at... See? I think the support passive kicked in for a second there when I was doing that. But, like, you get what I'm saying. Like, go under 50 HP, I got you, sure. Now the support passive kicks in if I hide behind a wall. So if I use it, it gets you back to like 150, something like that. It's fine. Like it's. Keep in mind the support passive kicks in, so it's a little bit scuffed when you see that. But like, BAP is still good. Like BAP is not going to be that bad. That's what they nerfed was the regen burst. Yeah, it's a little bit less healing for sure, but it's still good. All right. Anyway,